Okay, so I've got everything wired up, hooked up on now pulsing on 800 pulse setting on the drives. These drives go up to, you can microstep pretty high, but you have to be realistic about the microstepping capabilities. But microstepping does improve performance and smoothness for sure. So we're at 800 steps now, and I've tuned the motors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into MDI here. So if you look right here, we have MDI, and this is where you can just come down here, click in this box and enter. So what I'm going to do is run my y-axis first. And my y-axis is the long axis sitting on the base of the workbench. And I know I've got almost 24 inches of travel, so I'm going to have it go 23.75. So all we have to do is just wrap it G0. I like to use caps for this. G0, it works either way. And we're going to move the y-axis away from us is the positive direction. So we're all the way to the back right now of the drive. So we're going to go to Y 23.75. As soon as I hit my enter key over here, we should move to 23.75. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to hit enter right now, and we're off and running. So let's go watch it move over there. I'll step back a little bit. So we're moving at about 50 inches a minute. It seems to be comfortable with that without missing steps. And you can see it coming on down to this end of the axis. So we've almost accomplished the full 23.75 inches of travel. And it's going to stop really, really close to the end here. There you go. Okay, so that movement looked pretty good as a test rapid movement goes. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to move the X axis. So this one, horizontally, this is our X axis. And I know that one I've got about 15 inches of travel, maybe a little more, 15.5 I believe. So I'm going to take, and we're going to come back into the MDI here on the Mach software. And I'm going to type in 15.5. And nothing typed in there. Okay, try that again. 15.5. And then when I hit enter on the keyboard, we should oh, I didn't type the axis. Oh, yeah, you have to assign the axis. So it's X 15.5. Enter. And there you go. The x-axis is moving across the linear portion of the slide. And if I didn't screw up and type too many inches in there, I believe it's got 15.5 inches of travel without hitting the side over here. Yeah. So there you go. So now we move the X and the Y. What I'm going to do is go back over here, and we're going to bring them both home. And the way you can bring both of these back to zero in the Mach software is by hitting this one right here. Or not that one. The one that says, never mind, it's not even on this screen. So what you want to do is go back to your program run screen. And then on the program run screen, you should have one right underneath the DROs here that says go to Z. That's going to take everything back to zero. So right now we're out 15.5 inches on the X and 23.75 on the Y. So we're down at the other end of the table right now. So if you hit this go to Z right here, it's going to bring them both back at the same time. And there they go. Now, of course, all I'm doing right now is testing how best to run this particular table. And I'm not satisfied necessarily with 800 pulses. I mean, I guess you would call it quarter steps. So you got 400 half steps. You see everything came back nice and close when it's supposed to stop. And let's see if you can see the other. I mean, I've got it coming all the way back to almost hitting the back of the axis, or the backboard of the base table. And it looks like we're about 2/10 out, 2/10 of a thousandths off on those two axes. The DRO is off that much. So there's other calibrating means in here, and I'll do that on another video. There's actually a setting screen you can go to right here, and you can calibrate even tighter on the axis and fine tune those so that you're not missing a single step, providing you don't overload the motor and the axis, because this is open loop and stepper system, so it's a little different than servos. Anyway, we'll conclude that video today. So we've got everything up and running, wired. Hopefully tomorrow I can video make it apart with this machine. Stay tuned.